What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Is what 40 fucking thousand subscribers looks like, motherfucker. 40,000 strong on the number one fucking source right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off the Script, episode number 104, part number 1 for your Friday, February 12th, 2016. The number one fucking podcast right here on YouTube.com for WWE, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This weekend, we have so much to get into. We got so much. You guys have been fucking up my ass about this Titus O'Neal bullshit. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you my opinion. Apparently, WWE is racist now because they suspended Titus. So everything's going to come down to race. Why? Why is everything, when there's a white man in power and a fucking black employee, it's always about race? Fucking cut this shit already. We'll talk about it. I don't want to jump the gun. I'm heated. I think Vince McMahon's a fucking asshole, but we'll talk about it. So that's the big story this weekend. That's the big story on part 1. But a few things I do want to get out of the way. Number 1, 40,000. Thank you guys so much. It means the fucking world to me. You guys know how I love doing this for you. You guys see me each and every weekend on here and then throughout the week on what I do. You know that I love what I do, and I hope that just fucking seeps through the computer or your mobile device, wherever you're watching me. I hope each and every one of you sees it. I fucking love it. I love the WWE. I love wrestling. This is what I want to do. I'm dedicated to it. I'm passionate about it. I'd love to be in the industry. No matter how critical I am of the product, I want to be in and around what goes on. That's what I'm doing, and hopefully my voice one of these days will be heard. And I'm going to continue doing it right here for you guys because that's what I love to do, man. So 40,000 strong. We are on the fast lane, not only to fucking Wrestlemania, but we're on the fast lane to 50,000 subscribers. That is the next milestone. Thank you guys so much for helping me get to 40. And 50 is right there in our sights, man. Thank you guys so much. I love each and every one of you who drop a like, leave a comment, watch. Even if you're watching and you're not commenting, I still fucking love you, man. Thank you for supporting JD, okay? Number 2, I want to make this known. Joe and I did not do out of nowhere, okay? Joe had more important things to worry about. Having another child, him and Leah, his wife, have another child. So congratulations to the fucking man himself, Joe Cronin, on yet another baby. So he's got that to take care of, and we'll be back next week. So that's the reason why Out of Nowhere didn't happen this week, for those of you who are wondering, okay? Number 3 on the fucking plate here, Off the Script, okay? T-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com/Off the Script. You guys can order the Get Off My TV T-shirt and support the movement. If you guys don't want to donate to the show via the PayPal link down below, if you enjoy what you see and hear, you can always make a fucking T-shirt purchase on ProWrestlingTees.com. Join the movement. Get Off My TV, $19.99, and they ship internationally. And I'm actually thinking about a sleep mode T-shirt. I gotta put some fucking ideas together. Some of you have actually sent me rough ideas for shirts via my business email. So we'll see what happens with that. But I am working on a sleep mode T-shirt for the spring of 2016. If you guys missed anything regarding Daniel Bryan's retirement on Monday Night Raw and my opinion about it, link will be down in the description below of this very video for my Monday Night Raw review. We're going to talk about that, plus this entire Titus O'Neal situation on the iTunes version of Off the Script this coming Sunday. If you missed episode number 3, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, iTunes, and AudioBoom, links are down below in the description. Follow me on Twitter at JD206, and subscribe to the channel, man. What the fuck you guys waiting for? Obviously, you know I am the man when it comes to WWE right here on YouTube.com. Now, Let's get into this situation, man. Let's get into this fucking situation. Titus O'Neal suspended by WWE for what? I don't know. Vince McMahon and WWE are being accused of racism after suspending Titus O'Neal, which was first for 90 days. A little fucking crazy right there. 90 days at first, and then that got brought down to 60 days. The wrestling world has been talking about Titus O'Neal all week, but that's a first. You know by now that Titus O'Neal was suspended by Vincent Kennedy McMahon for 60 to 90 days because of unprofessional conduct during Monday Night Raw. However, there is a greater reason as to why WWE came down so hard on Titus for just joking around with the boss. On the Wrestling Observer Live, it was reported by Bryan Alvarez that Titus O'Neal and his suspension was indeed to be a crystal clear message to the locker room to stop messing around. WWE may be looking to enforce even more strict rules for their performers and be more professional. Apparently, there have been several talents who have been riding the line regarding following the company rules. It's being said that Titus and his playfulness was just the straw that broke the camel's back, and the company is going to make an example out of Titus and make him the fall guy. He is an interesting choice because with John Cena out, Titus is the company's #1 guy for charity work. It's a bold statement to make an example out of Titus O'Neal. There's no word on what Titus O'Neal will be doing over the next few months or what his position in the company will be when he returns. In case you went off the grid this week, Titus O'Neal was suspended by WWE and Vince McMahon for 60 days. However, there is still a strong stance for a playful mistake. The reason WWE came down so hard on him was to make an example and to show the WWE locker room that playtime is over and everyone needs to be more professional going forward within the company. Titus made a statement that you can read online, okay? Today, the New York Post has run a story that many fans within WWE Universe have been criticizing WWE as a company about for suspending Titus O'Neal because of his race. You can read the full story on the New York Post's website. But WWE responded with this article about the suspension having to do with racism and said the following: the suspension of Titus O'Neal had absolutely nothing to do with race and everything to do with unprofessional conduct. WWE also shared more information with the Post and said O'Neal acknowledged the gravity of his mistake in a text message between a WWE official and Titus. Apparently, Titus wrote, "I feel like shit now, so if you have to let me go, I understand. Stupid mistake." Dave Bautista, who has been there for Titus O'Neal. Titus O'Neal said Dave Bautista has been a big brother to him, his very best friend, not only in the business, but in real life, in personal life. He is Dave Bautista's best friend. Bautista actually took to Twitter and said that he reached out to Titus and said, you know what? You should have the balls and say and ask to give them your release from the company. That was Dave Bautista's advice to Titus O'Neal. Now, I actually seen this in a YouTube video. I think WWE took it down, if I'm not mistaken, but with the entire Daniel Bryan situation that happened on Monday Night Raw, I was looking for more Daniel Bryan after Monday Night Raw went off the air. And I went to YouTube, and I seen that WWE.com or WWE's YouTube page had posted something about Daniel Bryan and what had happened on the network after Monday Night Raw went off the air. And I watched this around 12 midnight. I did my review, and then after I did my review, I sat down with my phone and I watched the entire 7-minute video that they had with everybody on stage doing the yes chant and, giving, praise to Daniel Bryan for retiring and all that. It was a beautiful ceremony. We'll talk about more in depth about what I thought of Daniel Bryan on the iTunes Off the Script, but I did see the instance where Titus actually, I didn't even know it was Titus to begin with. All I seen was someone grabbed Vince's arm, and he forcefully shoved that individual back. Stephanie made no apparent facial expression towards it. They just kept walking, or she just kept walking. Vince McMahon shoved and then moved on. So I really didn't think anything of it. I didn't even know it was Titus O'Neal that did it when I watched the video back. And when I did see it, I didn't even think anything of it. I thought it was just them naturally playing around. But then the next day came, and all over the dirt sheets, Titus O'Neal suspended, Vince McMahon suspends Titus O'Neal, and nobody understood why. And then WWE came out saying that it was unprofessional conduct. He's suspended for 90 days. He's going to miss WrestleMania. He's going to miss the WrestleMania 32 payday. His push now is completely stopped. It's gone. You know, so I was reading this shit, and I was all over the dirt sheets, and I'm trying to figure out why. What the fuck happened? You know, this is a guy that they pushed. This is the guy that they gave a lot of television time to. You know, if you think back to Monday Night Raw, before that incident even happened, he lost to Adam Rose on Monday Night Raw. So when you think about it, could something else have gone on earlier in the day for Titus O'Neal to be suspended? Was this really the straw that broke the camel's back after Daniel Bryan's speech concluded and everybody was leaving the stage? Was that the instance that got him suspended? Because why would you push him on Superstars? Why would you push him on Monday Night Raw for several weeks? Why would you brag about him winning 16, 17, 18 matches in a row and making him look dominant in the ring for several weeks on Monday Night Raw, only to have him lose to Adam Rose on this week's Raw? That doesn't make any sense to me. That does not make any sense to me. So that was the immediate red flag that I thought of before this news story was concluded. Okay, so he lost to Adam Rose, and then that incident happened, but then it got me thinking, he lost to Rose, but was that the instance that got him suspended? I don't know. Do I think Titus O'Neal deserved a suspension? No. The news article stated that he was joking around with the boss. WWE wants to enforce more strict rules for their performers to be more professional, and that things have to come to an end, okay? This playful fucking joking around at work has to come to an end. You know, I'm going to share personal stories with you guys, and I tend to do that when certain instances arise. I remember when I moved from New Jersey. I was living in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I applied for a job, for a transfer in Manhattan. I was working on Madison Avenue at Torno in the city. Now, Torno is one of the most prestigious watch companies in Manhattan. I worked at their flagship store, 4 floors of fucking high-end, expensive-ass fucking watches, right? I used to sell Rolex, Cartier, you name it. I sold it, okay? The management there reminded me of WWE from reading this story. And I think back to find similarities in both of them. No joking around. Managers were always up my fucking ass about shaving. I would come in literally the way I look now, and they would tell me, you have to go home and shave. Do not come into work tomorrow without you being shaven. Okay? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You know? Jokes on the sales floor. People would say, that is unprofessional conduct. And I'm looking at them, unprofessional conduct? Are you fucking kidding me? We can't joke around with our fucking colleagues? Do we have to stand there and act like fucking Roman soldiers? We're gonna look like fucking statues until a customer walks into the fucking store? Yes, madam. How are you? What do you want today? How can I help you? What are you looking for? You have a lovely dress on today. The weather is beautiful today. We have to sound like fucking robots? Are you fucking kidding me? If I can't be myself on the sales floor, if I can't be myself in front of my fucking colleagues, then what the fuck am I? You know? Loosen the tie a little bit, fucking let your balls hang out, and shut the fuck up. I understand you're a fucking prestigious watch company, but, I mean, are we fucking humans, or are we fucking robots? Manufactured in a fucking lab that fucking speak the same, talk the same, look the same, act the same. Give me a fucking break, bro. Everybody's standing there with fucking $5,000 suits on. I'm the one there fucking unloosening my tie, undoing my top button, just trying to fucking relax. And you know who made the most sales out of anybody on my sales floor? The guy with the fucking button unbuttoned and the fucking tie loosened. Me. So who the fuck was in the wrong and who was in the right? I understand fucking professionalism at work. There's a time for play and there's a time for serious business. I understand that. But if you don't have somewhat, I'm not saying all the time, if you don't have somewhat of a laid-back environment at work, you know, your employees are going to be walking on eggshells. Your employees are going to be always fucking, you know, walking that line, scared to fucking do something or say something, and you don't want to instill that fear in your fucking employees. You don't want to instill that fear in the people that fucking bust their ass to give you a great fucking product. I wish every fucking week, and in this case, Monday Night Raw. I mean, these guys are doing what they love. They go out there and perform, and sometimes they want to joke around. Sometimes they want to fucking let loose and, you know, crack a joke here and be lighthearted with their fucking colleagues. I understand that. But, I mean, you got to look at it as the way I said it to you. If everybody is going to be that strict all the time, it's going to make for an unpleasant environment. It's going to make for an unhappy environment. People are not going to want to work there. People are going to be fucking miserable. They're not going to give you 100%. And people are going to, you know, be lazy. They're going to fucking slack off. And it's just not going to be, you know, what you want it to be. If you're going to fucking militarize these guys and fucking give them orders, you gotta do this, or you're fucking suspended for 90 days. No, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Now, on the other side of things, you know, Vince McMahon and Stephanie and Triple H and the WWE, they gave Daniel Bryan all the fucking time he needed. They went like 25, 30 minutes over the fucking time on the USA Network for this guy to fucking give his retirement speech. It was a sad fucking moment. I cried, you guys cried. Daniel Bryan mentioned his fucking father passing away after he won the WWE title at WrestleMania 30. I fucking started crying, you know? This is a man that we admired. This is a man that we allowed into our households every fucking Monday. We followed his journey from being a fucking 190-pound, 5'6" guy, 5'7" guy, to win the WWE title. This guy was written off as nothing. And he worked his ass off and got one of the best WrestleMania moments anybody's ever received in the history of that fucking company. You know? This is someone that we fucking wanted back on our TVs, in our living rooms each and every Monday night, and that didn't happen. And when he had to retire, it was a sad fucking moment. It was a serious moment. So, maybe Titus O'Neal kind of slipped and was thinking, you know what? You know, he thought it was a good time to play around and this and that. And Vince McMahon maybe took that and the entire situation and the scenario that they were in as offensive. You know, maybe they thought, you know, Titus O'Neal's fucking joking around. And we got Daniel Bryan in the fucking ring crying his eyes out. And everybody's fucking crying their eyes out. You know, this guy's retiring. He's stepping down from wrestling for good. You know, he's not going to be in the company anymore. And maybe Vince thought, you know what, this fucking guy's joking around. This is a serious fucking moment over here. So maybe that's why he brought the hammer down so hard on Titus O'Neal. But was it worth 60 days? Was it worth 90 days? I mean, a fucking drug violation in WWE is 60 fucking days. For a second time offense. A third offense and you're terminated. Was what he did that bad? I mean, I understand maybe he fucking mentally slipped. You know? Maybe he obviously chose the wrong guy to fuck around with. You know, it's not like he was fucking around with Triple H or Dolph Ziggler or Adam Rose, one of those guys. This was the fucking boss. This is the guy that signs your fucking paychecks. So maybe that was the exact reason why Vince McMahon came down so hard. Now, I don't know what else is going on in the back. I don't know, you know, the report mentioned guys have been riding the line. Guys have been fucking towing the line about joking off and people need to start acting more professional. I understand that. But was it worth 60 fucking days for someone that you were obviously putting some stock in each and every Monday night for the past several months? This guy's done charity work when John Cena has not been there. Titus O'Neal, I'm sure, you know, I'm not a big fan of Titus O'Neal. I don't think, you know, Titus O'Neal is going to amount to a fucking main event level superstar in WWE. He's obviously talented. You know, he's probably a fucking wonderful human being. I can tell he's a wonderful human being. The way he's been portrayed, I'm sure he's a absolutely fantastic father to his kids. You know, he's one of the most gracious, humble guys. I'm sure that is fucking 1,000% true about Titus O'Neal. But why would WWE do that after all the accolades this guy has done for the company? Charity work, and he's been there, and he's fucking done the Susan G. Komen. I mean, do I think he deserves to be punished? No. But maybe Vince McMahon thought that the entire situation and the scenario that was happening with Daniel Bryan was absolutely not the right fucking time to be joking around. And that's why he brought the hammer down. Or there's something there, or something else happened in the day, earlier before Raw, or earlier in the week, over the weekend. Maybe something happened that we don't know yet, that hasn't been reported. Because why would you fucking automatically drop this guy to Adam Rose on Monday Night Raw and then suspend him after grabbing the boss? You know? Apparently Titus O'Neal was joking around and he wanted to hold Vince McMahon back, and he was smiling about it as if, you know, let Stephanie walk out first. Ladies first. That's what was being reported. Vince took offense to all this. I don't know. All I know, in my opinion about it, is, you know, that's what I think, and I think Vince McMahon came down a little bit too hard. I honestly think Vince needs to be the one to loosen the tie a little bit. I know he's running a fucking publicly traded company. You can't have the stick up your ass 24 hours a day. There's got to be some point in the day where you just fucking undo your top button and you let the tie hang down a little bit and you just say, you know what? Let's relax, guys. You know, we've been fucking working hard. I understand he's under a lot of stress. I understand it was Daniel Bryan's retirement. But give me a fucking break. The guy did not deserve to be suspended for 60 days. And this has absolutely nothing to do with fucking racism. Has absolutely nothing to do with racism. There's always a fucking goon out there that's automatically gonna fucking say, you know what? Titus O'Neal is a black athlete. Vince McMahon is the fucking power-hungry white CEO. Oh, it's racism. No, it's not fucking racism. Why does everything have to be about race? I mean, how is this racially driven? I don't understand these fucking people. WWE's been on this guy's side. He's a fucking PR spokesman for the company. How is it racism? I don't understand that. The mentality of these fucking people is absolutely mind-boggling. It's not racism. Who's ever saying racism, shut your fucking mouth. You have no business speaking about anything, let alone this fucking story. It's not about racism. So, you gotta see it from all the different ways that I fucking gave it to you. You know? So, that's my opinion on the Titus O'Neal thing. And I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I feel sorry for him. He's missing WrestleMania 60 days, right? WrestleMania is going to be here in 51 days, 50 days. He's going to miss WrestleMania. He's going to miss out on that big payday. I don't know what the fuck's going through his mind, you know? So, I don't know. I feel sorry for the fucking guy. I don't think he deserves it. I think Vince really came down way too fucking hard, and hopefully they rethink this. They need to rectify this, because not only are you getting the internet community involved, not only are they being fucking vocal about it, it's all over social media. It's all over Instagram. It's all over Twitter. It's all over YouTube. People are talking about it. WWE's going to have to do something about it. A lot of people are on Titus O'Neal's side here. They are on Titus O'Neal's side. Nobody's siding with Vince McMahon here. I understand the business aspect of it, but it's too harsh. For everything that this guy has done, he hasn't, you know, failed a drug policy. He hasn't failed a drug test. He's been there at every fucking beck and call that you ask him to be at. He is there for Susan G. Komen, the fucking charities, the PR work. He's one of the best spokesmen the company has. For everything that this guy has done, is it really worth it for 60 days for him to be suspended? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So Titus O'Neal suspended for WWE in-ring action, 60 days for a playful fucking joke he did on Vince McMahon after the ceremony of Daniel Bryan's retirement. And it's not like it was on Monday Night Raw. It wasn't even filmed for the WWE on USA Network. It was on the network. It's not like the cameras were rolling for USA. It wasn't live on the USA Network. This was on the WWE Network after the fucking cameras went off the air. So I don't understand. I really don't understand this entire story. It is, like Joe Cronin said, it's fucking bizarre. It is really bizarre, and I don't know what state of mind Vince McMahon is in right now. I really don't. I honestly really don't. He's got a lot on his plate. He's stressed the fuck out with WrestleMania and everything with the company. Who the fuck knows what he's thinking? But Titus O'Neal wrongfully suspended for 60 days from WWE in-ring action, going to miss WrestleMania. WWE, speaking of WrestleMania, is still trying to get Ronda Rousey for WrestleMania 32. Last year, WrestleMania 31, Ronda Rousey jumped the barricade with The Rock and created a WrestleMania moment against Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Ever since, the rumor about these four being in a match together has been circulating for WrestleMania 32. However, there is a lot that has happened since last year. Rousey has not only lost her Bantamweight Championship and suffered her first professional loss to Holly Holm, but her appearing at WrestleMania doesn't have the same impact as it would have last year. That isn't stopping WWE from continuing to get her involved in WrestleMania. She is still Ronda Rousey, and having one loss under her belt doesn't make her useless. In fact, there's still a lot of talk about having her involved with the Roman Reigns versus Triple H main event that is rumored to be taking place to neutralize Stephanie McMahon, who may be at ringside. The only issue is that it may not be possible for her to show up due to her scheduling conflicts. But last we heard that The Rock for a few months, and then now he is confirmed to appear on the show. So The Rock, what the report is saying is that The Rock was scheduled not to appear at the event, and then now he is confirmed to appear at the show. If she's involved in the show, it's likely that she will be in Roman Reigns' corner with The Rock, and the two McMahons will be in Triple H's corner. I don't know about this. It's being rumored right now. I mean, if WWE could get Ronda Rousey for WrestleMania, fantastic. You know, if it's going to be one night where she can show up and just take a break from her scheduling films and filming movies and whatever, that would be great for WWE. It would be a great get for WWE. Ronda Rousey still holds weight, no question. It's not like she lost one match and fucking people are going to forget about her. The match that she had with Holly Holm, yes, it did give her her first loss, but the rematch is going to make not only Dana White, not only UFC, but it's going to make both Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey a boatload of fucking money. Because everybody's going to want to see if Ronda Rousey is going to get back into shape and revenge her loss and win the title back. Obviously, it's going to make massive money everywhere. Plus, the pay-per-view buys are going to be fucking astronomical. So WWE obviously realizes Ronda Rousey's worth. She's still the biggest woman athlete in the fucking world, no matter if she has one loss or not. So to get her at WrestleMania 32 will be amazing for WWE if it does happen. Nobody has the solid answers right now. It's something we're just going to have to wait and see. But WWE still trying to get Ronda Rousey for WrestleMania 32. And if they're still trying to get Ronda for WrestleMania 32, it looks like Roman Reigns versus Triple H is still the penciled-in main event to close this year's WrestleMania in Dallas. Former Tough Enough talent claims competition was scripted. Of course, we all know that WWE is predetermined and that the show is scripted for our entertainment. No one denies that, but WWE wants to promote reality competitions on the WWE Network to watch real people be exposed to the world of WWE. The latest season of Tough Enough was heavily scrutinized for its presentation, contestants, voting system, and much more. However, WWE got a lot of developmental talent from that show, and others are expressing their displeasure with the competition. Over the weekend, Dave Meltzer spoke with WWE Tough Enough competitor Tanner Saraceno on Wrestling Observer Radio. During the interview, Saraceno revealed that all of the sit-down interviews for the show were totally scripted. He recalled having to do several takes for a specific interview because the producers didn't like what he said in the interview. He's also claiming there was bias from WWE because they clearly wanted Josh Bredel to win the show and for Amanda Sacomano to win the female side of the competition. However, Sarah Lee gained the popular vote with the fans, but WWE signed Amanda anyway. Tanner also claimed that he was not hired by WWE because they told him that his promos weren't good enough and that he should make a name in MMA first. So, I mean, this is not really all that groundbreaking news. I mean, obviously, it's a fucking reality show. What did you guys expect? But what WWE, touted this as, it was, these guys, these are knowns, going into the WWE and, you know, showing them what you got. But when it comes down to it, reality TV is fucking anything but reality. It is all scripted. Because real life is boring. So WWE and all these reality fucking head honchos, they feel like they gotta fucking add drama and fucking all this other added bullshit to the reality aspect of this fucking reality TV, that they want people to, you know, fucking fall in love with it and get addicted to it and tune in next week, because if it was real life, people wouldn't fucking enjoy it. So this is why I didn't watch Tough Enough. This is why I don't watch reality TV, period. I think the only reality show I ever fucking watched was that fucking love show with what's his fucking name from Poison? The fucking lead singer from Poison. Rock of Love with Bret Michaels, I think it was. Rock of Love with Bret Michaels, man. He had one season and then another season. I was fucking ecstatic when it came back for season 2. That was a great fucking show. Highly fucking entertaining. I know it's scripted, but it was fucking entertaining. This was scripted and it was fucking garbage. So, unless WWE can script their reality shows like that, then maybe I'd tune into Tough Enough. But according to Tanner, it was all scripted, and what'd you expect? It's fucking reality television. All of reality television is fucking scripted. Okay? And finally, guys, to end this week's Off the Script, Nakamura at the WWE Performance Center. What happens if Shinsuke Nakamura fails his WWE medical testing? WWE has already announced the signing of former IWGP Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura and announced that his debut in WWE programming will be at NXT TakeOver Dallas against Sami Zayn. I can't fucking wait. That will be an awesome match. But there is always the what-if scenario. Nakamura was already reported to the WWE Performance Center last week and underwent the necessary medical testing in Pittsburgh. There is no word on how those tests went as of now. The fact that we haven't heard anything is most likely a good sign, but there have been instances where signed talents will fail medical tests and be released shortly thereafter. That's what happened with Willie Mack and Nigel McGuinness in the past. If for whatever reason Nakamura were to fail the medical test, it's most likely that WWE would bring him in for NXT TakeOver Dallas as a one-time deal, since the company has already made the announcement. In that scenario, it's most likely that Sami Zayn would defeat him, and that would be that. However, WWE feels extremely confident that everything will be fine, and Shinsuke Nakamura will become a top star for the NXT brand and move up to the main roster sooner rather than later. So for those wondering about Nakamura, he is at the Performance Center. He did go through medical testing in Pittsburgh. Nothing has been said since, so that is a good sign. But if, and this is what the report was about, if Nakamura ends up failing and something from those tests comes back where it states that he cannot physically compete in the WWE, WWE will use him for NXT Dallas against Sami Zayn as a one-time deal, and then he will go right back to Japan. So that is the latest on Nakamura. He is in the States. He is at the Performance Center. He did receive his medical testing from WWE, and before you know it, we're going to be all sitting in our homes, on our couches with a cold fucking beverage, watching Sami Zayn go against Nakamura one-on-one at NXT TakeOver Dallas. I can't fucking wait, man. It's going to be fucking biblical. But that is Off the Script, guys. Episode number 104, part 1 for your Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching the video and enjoying. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes on this part 1 for Off the Script and the big Titus O'Neal story, man. Thank you guys for watching. Everything you need is in the description below of this video. Make sure to go check that out. The podcast on iTunes, WrestleCrate, Joe Cronin, fucking the Danger Zone, you name it, man. Everything. The Chair Shot Reality Podcast. It's all down there, man. Go check it out. My Twitter, social media links, you name it. It's in the description below, man. But I'll be back with more news on Saturday for part 2. What do I got lined up this week? And The Rock, will he wrestle at WrestleMania 32? The latest on that. I also got news on WWE denying Daniel Bryan's request for a release from his contract in January. WWE possibly nixing Braun Strowman versus The Undertaker because of online backlash. Update on Enzo Amore, Big Cass, and Carmella debuting on the main roster. Braun Strowman, please do not get AIDS before this video ends. Braun Strowman expected to feud with Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship after WrestleMania 32? Oh my God, man. What the fuck is WWE planning for us this summer? WWE officials have turned down the idea of Kevin Owens versus The Undertaker, and WWE could be planning a major heel run for Bubba Ray Dudley. All this, plus so much more on Off the Script this weekend. Do not go anywhere else besides Joe Cronin for your news and rumors right here on YouTube.com, man. I'm JD. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you all on Saturday morning. Talk to you later.